moves, it just looks like he is a shooting guard with the fluidity of motion. You almost forget that he's a legit 6'10" because of the ease he has putting the ball on the deck to create a shot. There are not a lot of players his size as comfortable doing the moves he does to get open and find looks.
High quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
He didn't look comfortable going up, but he knew it was a good look, had to take it.
Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Jennings. Holiday with the block. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Puts it up off the inbound. And that does it for the first quarter. Knicks out front, up 7. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Well, we know what Derrick Rose has been, the injuries, the expectations. And we asked him how he's dealing with all of it.
I got a clear mind when I play. I can't think about the past. I can't think about if I'm going to hurt myself, if I move the wrong way. When I'm out there, I have a free mind. I have no expectations on myself. I just know that I prepare myself well. There's no pressure.
Well, and Rose says no pressure, but I have to feel like there's at least a little bit, guys, of pressure to get back to where he was.
Yeah, I mean, league MVP in 11, once considered a cornerstone for the NBA's youth movement. Hey, with a little more luck, he may still be that.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Boy, they have not been caught out of position much. They're taking great angles to the ball. I love what I'm seeing tonight.
We've got Anthony. Jennings out there with Baker, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Well, the media capital of the world, New York City, or at least considered by many to be that. So the expectations and the intensity of scrutiny on the Knicks is always high. It puts a lot of pressure on this organization to field a winner.
Here's Satoransky, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
That's just too easy. No one with size willing to switch over, and that left the smaller defender stranded.
Zingas, he's checked in for New York. Gortat's checked in for the Wizards. Indoors, it's not as easy in today's NBA for the big market teams like the Knicks to exploit that advantage.
Right, Kevin, because a harsher luxury tax reins in spending. And with the internet and global audience, players are willing to go to smaller markets. The Knicks having to compete now on a more level playing field.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
You know, and I'm not seeing any urgency out of this defense, especially considering the deficit in the score.
Here's Thornton. Following the score by New York. Gortat wide open. He fires. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Well, we know this about Gortat. He's solid in the mid-range. You can't just think he's going to be at the rim all the time.
Anthony down low, guarded by Porter. Anthony kicks to Porzingis. Kept alive. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Right side Porzingis. Outside Jennings. And it's Anthony top of the key. Here's Baker. Misses the 3. Wizards trail by 6. Oubre passes to Satoransky, and a wide open look for Porter. And Washington again with the bucket.
Yeah, I think Porter's good enough shooter to be a zone buster, able to find the seams, hit the mid-range.
Jennings kicks to Porzingis. New York moving it around. Here's Anthony. And the basket for the fourth time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
He's doing everything he can to help stretch his lead. He's working hard, converting at a high percentage of them. Nice.
Kicks to Oubre. There's a screen by Gorta. Oubre dishes to Porter. Traps in the tray. Porter's got 5.
Just seemed to know where to be and had his feet set. Looking good is Otto Porter on the catch and shoot. Now you think about Jeff Hornacek's reputation as a coach. He runs a modern offense, likes to get his guys out and running in transition, and he's going to spread the floor with players that can drive and shoot and have no problem letting it fly from deep. That's fun.
Now here's Anthony. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Oklahoma City. To the right side. Jennings passes to Porzingis. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And the Knicks lead by 5.
Oh, that's a good, strong finish. Porzingis not shying away from getting in there and getting after it.
Doris, I think you still...
These guys are relying on one man to beat us.
I think that the guy who has the most complete command of the position right now is Chris Paul. The ball's on a string. He seems to make every right decision, willing to score it when he has to, Kevin, but you know his primary thought process is, who can I get the ball to fastest? DJ, Blake, JJ Redick, you name it, Chris Paul.
When you were at the top of your game, when these guys are at the top of their game, is everything in slow motion? Is that when you know you've hit that stride as a point guard that you want to have?
I don't think there's any question. And one of the ways you get there is you watch a ton of film as a point guard, because the game slows down on film. Your options open right before your eyes, so that when you step back between the lines, Kevin, now you have an understanding the game is moving slower. It's a great point by you.
Now here is Holiday, following the miss by John Wall. Here's Rose. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
And one of the all-time high risers at the point guard position, Derrick Rose can still throw it down.
And Wall kicks to Morris. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 3 assists in the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Now here's Porzingis. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side.
And here's Wall. Following Porzingis' 3. He gets that one.
Oh, a bone-jarring screen from Gortat, and that frees the shooter.
The Knicks leading by 6. Outside Rose. 1:11 left in the second quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 4 this quarter. Wizards trail by 8. Burke kicks to Morris. It's Beal on the wing. Elbow shot. Misses off the left iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Rose passes to Porzingis. And there's the feed to O'Quinn. And O'Quinn slams it in.
You know, and that was a nice find by KP. Saw the open man. He was on time, on target with the pass. Perfect.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Fires from the line. The Knicks pull it in. Wizards beat them last time when these 2 teams met in Washington.
The inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Their percentage from downtown is abysmal. I think that they felt the shots would eventually start dropping, and that's a dangerous gamble, as they found out.
Porzingis with the steal. And that concludes the first half. Knicks lead by 12. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, looked like the offense was really working there. How were you guys able to get things going so well?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We doing that, and we're just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Well, thanks for your time, Carmelo. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. New York came out ready to play. Tenacious on both ends of the floor, they took command early with a 13-2 run. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie, they were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots, did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Kenny, what's your take on Washington so far?
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
You could see it in this guy's eyes. He was focused, intense, and looking to be the aggressor.
Wizards trail by 12. Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at the Wizards. Morris paired with Gortat down low. Beal and Porter are out on the wing. And it's Wall in at the 1 spot. And so here is New York. Rose with the ball. Outside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Wow, that's the mobility of Porzingis gliding in for the finish.
The Wizards shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far.
Boy, you think back to draft night, and Porzingis was roundly booed by Knicks fans when he was taken with the 4th overall pick. But that's ancient history now. I think everyone realizes the talent this young guy possesses.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Now here's Rose. 10 points for him. Dishes to O'Quinn. Down low, it's deflected. Here is Porter. Takes a 3. The Knicks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 3rd rebound on the night. And there were even some rumors on draft night that Carmelo Anthony wasn't happy with the pick of Porzingis.
That's a rumor he vehemently denied. They're both perimeter-oriented forwards, and I could...
So that's how we play the game? Bring it in, let's go.
The Knicks, though, looking for the upside, and Porzingis has that in spades.
Smith checked in for Gortat. And a fast break now for New York. Rose with the ball. New York moving it around. Here's Anthony. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, how well does he use his frame to hold off the defense? Melo with the strong finish.
Outside, Wall. Smith dishes to Porter. Wall against Rose. Beal gets a wide open look. He doesn't hit that one. And New York will come the other way. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And Anthony gets double teamed. Pass to Kuzminskis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And for so many players, the game of basketball is really a lifeline, whether to afford college or even beyond. And Doris, have you seen that aspect of the sport shape an individual's future?
No, I don't think there's any question. You can look up and down the NBA and every roster and know for a fact that the game of basketball has shaped the lives of these young men from the time they were in their earliest stages. I mean, for some, the game has been a lifesaver, no question about it.
And the Wizards looking to play a more spread out system, spacing the floor with shooters.
As you know, though, Kevin, it's not just about shooting. To play that style, you need players who can shoot the three and attack closeouts off the bounce to create for themselves or teammates. That's where some of their players need to grow. You think about the Wizards roster, it's a real mix of young and veteran players, and the question is, as those vets age, can their young players take that step forward and keep them competitive?
And that one's good by Porter.
What a terrific looking shot by Porter. You can't leave him alone out there.
Outside Rose. And there's the pass to Kuzminskis. Shoots. It's rebounded by Thornton. And the Wizards' 2016 draft pick conveyed to Phoenix in a trade for Markieff Morris.
So, Kevin, we've seen this is a franchise not opposed to trading picks for veteran talent. They did that for Marcin Gortat, and I like that trade for them. The danger, though, is if you get stuck in the middle with no room to grow. Let's see where they go from here. They got points out of it, but they'll be looking for a better shot than that on their next possession.
Outside Anthony. Back to Rose. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 15 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here's Satoransky. He dishes it to Thornton. Passes it to Satoransky. 14 feet away. Up again. Smith kicks to Satoransky. And a wide open look for Thornton. And the Wizards hit again from deep. New York calls timeout.
Start it. Bring it in. Take a seat. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels. And now they're playing like they're desperate.
That he needs to adjust. It'll be interesting to see what he draws up.
And Washington making a change here. Burks has checked in. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. Baker passes to Anthony, and Anthony gets double teamed. Inside, here's Baker. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Anthony with it. Now Smith defending. Hernan Gomez. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 15.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
When Melo first came to New York, there was an enormous amount of pressure on him, and you wonder how, at times, he can handle that so gracefully.
Now, here's Oubre. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And here we go. Fast break. Jennings has got it.
You know, that's an interesting point about Carmelo, one of the most prolific free throw shooters in the history of the game. Spends a lot of time at the stripe.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. Wizards making a switch here. Gortat's checked in. So Anthony nails both of them. 1:04 left in the third quarter. And here is Thornton. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Hernan Gomez from 11 feet away, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And that's 19 points for Carmelo Anthony. Burke dishes to Gortat. It's rebounded by New York. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Holiday kicks to Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
That attack mentality like he does so often. Melo just putting on an offensive clinic here.
Wizards trail by 21. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Now Burke. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Can they get it? Here's Gortat. A beautiful reverse layup.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
The 3 from Anthony. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. New York ahead, up 19. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Knicks leading by 19. Porzingis is the 4 with O'Quinn at the 5. Baker out there with Jennings. And it's Holiday in at the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Porzingis. Now here's Jennings. Shot clock at 6. The three-pointer off the mark. All with it. The 11-footer rejected by Jennings. They get it back. The Knicks shooting with confidence. Wow, 66% from the floor. Porzingis can't hit.
Yeah, terrific all-around effort from the defense. They were not going to let him finish over them.
Here's Beal, and he uses the glass on the layup. Beal's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Wizards. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Jennings kicks to O'Quinn. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Yeah, nothing too flashy there, but O'Quinn certainly able to punch it down with authority because he is a big body.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk. Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Justin Holiday, and it's Rose in for Brandon Jennings. Wizards trailed by 19. That's tipped. And here's Rose. Lee passes to Rose. Wall with some nice D. And what a great team that was. Doris, that roster for the Knicks in the early 70s, wow.
Wow, you're right, Kevin. Dick Barnett, Bill Bradley, Dave DeBusschere, Willis Reed, and of course, Walt Frazier. All fixtures on both title runs. It was a deep team, and they worked beautifully together.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. The Knicks leading by 19 points. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. The dish now to Rose. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Ball against Rose. Poked away. There's a screen by Gortat. And Wall kicks to Morris. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists now tonight.
I think it shows you all the hard work Morris has put in to try and extend his range.
There's Baker. O'Quinn dishes to Rose. The 11-footer. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Four on the clock.
That's nicely contested by Wall. I think his defense is really overlooked.
Rose up on top, covered by Wall. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Anthony's checked in for Baker. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Anthony kicks to Rose. Hits the three-point bomb. Laura's always on the hot list of topics as teams each year try to increase their odds of winning a championship. What do you feel are the key ingredients for a championship caliber team?
Talent, first and foremost.
Sure.
I mean, you think about some of the great stars who've won multiple championships. Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. One is talent. That's the first part. Coaching. I think coaching in the NBA is underrated. And then increasingly depth because, of course, over the years, the season has gotten longer. The playoffs have gotten longer. It takes more players to win in the NBA than it probably used to.
Is the feel in the locker room overrated? Is the cohesion, the culture, is that important on that list?
You know, it's a terrific question. I do think you can win without chemistry. I certainly think for us, you can feel it when a team is connected and when they enjoy playing with one another.
Like Golden State.
No question about it.
Here's Beal, following the basket by John Wall. Pulls up on the wing. Here's Gortat. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. 8 points for Marcin Gortat.
Well, terrific ball movement there, and once again, John Wall finds the right man at the right time.
Wall against Rose. .146 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
This is as close to a done deal as you can get.
Washington calls timeout. They're down by 19.
I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them.
1:41 left to play in the final quarter. They grant their own miss. Good. And that's 10 points for Marcin Gortat.
That's called battling your way for the second chance opportunity. Gortat is a real handful.
Rose against Wall. Expanding his range. Rose can't hit.
That's nice technique on the glass. You know, you leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for New York.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Anthony.
Well, we can talk about how easily he was converting all night long. Just a spectacular offensive display.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wall against Rose. Hernan Gomez passes to Carmelo. Rebound, Washington. Outside, Wall. And again, Washington with the triple.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Oh, great point. I mean, this is how they wanted to start the game off. Unfortunately, a little too late.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Anthony's shot is off. Beal dishes the Wall. Knocked loose. Rose goes in. Wall with some nice defense. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, Carmelo, we got a question from one of your biggest fans. How do you get shots off when you're in tight coverage and the defender is right in your grill?
It's easy. If my man backed off on me, shoot it. If I got two, pass the ball, find somebody else.
Always looking to move the ball whenever possible. Thanks, Carmelo. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan player of the game, Carmelo Anthony. He came out of halftime not to be denied. Active, assertive, everyone rallied around his energy. And how'd you feel about his performance, Shaq?
The pursuit of greatness has always motivated Carmelo, and that motivation showed tonight. He made this a legacy game. This game they're going to be talking about when he goes into the Hall of Fame. Special performance from one of the great small forwards to ever lace him up.
I love the way how he was calling for the ball tonight. You could tell he was really feeling it. He started to score in a variety of ways, and he would not let the defense understand how to get to him.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.